With its inception in 2018, the World Enduro Super Series brought in a new era for off-road racing, uniting multiple disciplines to find the ultimate Enduro World Champion. Whilst this bold format was new ground for all, KTM's Nathan Watson faced a steeper learning curve than most.
These last 2 years have been the hardest in my racing career. It's just been such a big step going from Enduro or from motocross to extreme Enduro. It's completely different to anything else.
Riding in a series with at least half the races classed as hard or extreme, the classic Enduro and beach specialist only competed in his first hard Enduro in 2018 and has had to adapt to his new environment quickly.
I feel like we're kind of at a disadvantage in comparison to the extreme riders, but you know, it's the same for everybody. Just got to crack on and get on with the job.
For the sixth round of the series, Nathan is on familiar turf, the UK's iconic and much loved Hawkstone Park. With its roots in motocross dating back to the 1930s, this is a temple of dirt amongst British and international riders alike.
It's really nice to be here at Hawkstone. This is the round that I've been looking forward to the most all year. I think it will suit me the best out of the races this season. This is our only cross-country race of this championship. It's pretty intense. Everybody goes fast from the start till the finish, so you need to be strong physically. You need to have some good sand skills. It gets really beat up the track. It gets really bumpy and lines everywhere, so you need to have good technique at a rough circuit and yeah, never give up.
Whilst Nathan rides for series heavyweights KTM Factory Racing, across the paddock is Gas UK, led by team manager and company director John Shirt Jr., who's also riding in the vet category at Hawkstone Park.
We are the importers, the UK importers for Gas. We've been doing it for just over 30 years. It's been a roller coaster, that's for sure. Good times, very good times, bad times, very bad times.
Gas has a turbulent history. Once one of the biggest names in off-road, the Spanish bike brand went out of business in 2015, before a rescue package brought the company back to life a year later. By 2019, KTM had entered the frame, acquiring a large stake in the business and bringing Gas under the umbrella of the Austrian manufacturer.
You have to have a lot of passion, because all business is tough. But you know, the weekend's what it's all about. If it was just all, you know, if it was 7 days sat at a desk doing business, it would be pretty dull. So this is the fun bit. I'm very passionate about winning, and when I stop winning, you know, it's nice to help the lads and continue trying to win with other riders. And hopefully a byproduct of that is to sell the brand. So it is so important. Racing's everything.
With John racing amongst the veterans, the responsibility of representing Gas UK in the pro class lies with former British Motocross Championship rider Alex Snow.
We have a good rider this week, and Snowy is, you know, I really want him to have a good race. He had a really good year last year, and I'm always looking at other riders. You don't get complacent with what you've got. He was very, very good here, ex-motocross rider would be. So yeah, we got talking sort of this time-ish last year and got a deal together, and he's he's had a really good year so far this year.
For me, to join Gas, one of the main things was John's drive and passion towards Enduro. He appreciates everything from a riding point of view because he still rides himself. And to be honest, it's really nice to only have to ask something once and it's done. There's so many people you have to chase normally, whereas he's really organised, and it just makes everything so much easier and more enjoyable. Obviously also the opportunities to race more international WESS World Enduro races was a big thing as well, but for me it's nice to be at a race with someone who shares the same passion for me to go and win and get results.
Combining elements of motocross and classic enduro, Hawkstone plays to Nathan's background in MX and Enduro GP. But since KTM left Enduro GP in 2017 to join the newly minted World Enduro Super Series, Nathan has faced a brand new challenge, racing hard and extreme enduro, a discipline that favours riders with a trials background.
All my career I was racing motocross until I was 21, I think, or 22. So these last 2 years I've had to do the extreme races for the first time, and that's literally like from one extreme to the other. You know, I've had to learn a lot and I've had to suffer a lot, but you know, I'm slowly picking it up.
Well, Nathan's done really well to come from motocross and then to get to the level he has in hard enduro is pretty incredible. You know, I've been out training with him and he's put a lot of work in. So, you know, it's impressive.
He's doing a really good job. Like, he's not as interested in the extreme stuff, but finishing Romaniacs, it means a lot. So for him, it was hard at the beginning, but I think he improved, and it's really nice to see a fast guy out there just ripping through them rock sections and everything. So it's pretty cool.
For Nathan, I think it's been difficult the last 2 years, but he's improved a lot. You know, he's from where he was sort of the beginning of last year to where he is now. It's crazy to think how far he's come.
It's not an easy task for sure. You know, it takes a lot of experience, I would say, and time. You know, before you develop the right skills. But you know, he's a skillful rider, and he kind of adapted, and yeah, you can already see a big difference. You know, from last year to this year. So I think he's only gonna get better.
A lot of the times in the last 2 years in the extreme races, I've been thinking, what am I doing? You know, I'm just suffering and pushing the bike instead of riding it. But it's quite satisfying when you do finally get past that point and finish or get through them really tough days. Just by competing in all these extreme races, I've learned so much, and my fitness and all that sort of stuff's just grown massively. I'm hoping to keep making these steps into the future and keep improving. Day one at Hawkstone Park WESS, and we're just about to start the sprint enduro. So basically we do 4 tests on the enduro test and then 4 tests on the motocross test, and the total time combined, obviously the lowest time will be the winner, and they will get the first starting position for tomorrow's race. This weekend I'll be riding the 450 EXC. This is only the second race of the season where I'll be riding that bike. In the other 4 races I've been on the 300 2-stroke, and yeah, this weekend it's a 450 4-stroke, so completely different bike, but I'll be riding that because it's better suited for me for these conditions. A lot of the guys tend to use a smaller engine, so it's a little bit more easy for them to ride, but you know, I'm quite a big guy and I don't seem to struggle too much with the power, so I'll take as much power as I can take.
We've just finished the enduro test. We're now going over to the motocross test. I'd like to think this would favour me, but like I felt like I showed pretty well in the enduro test as well. So fingers crossed we can keep the ball rolling. Results are obviously everything in this sport, aren't they? You're only as good as your last race. So if we could come away here with a a solid sort of result, especially being on the podium, would be great. Like I say, for me, for John, and for Gas. It's the biggest enduro race in the UK for all of us, really, so it'd be great.
Today's gone really well. I ended up with the win after the 8 special test, so really happy with that, and it's putting me in a good position for tomorrow's cross-country race. Because I finished first today, it's kind of a staggered start, so I'm at the front. So I've got a slight advantage off the start, which is pretty crucial for tomorrow, because if it stays dry like this and dusty, I'll stay out of the dust and try and break away from the field.
Having a good day, no problems, dead straightforward, weather's been nice, 2 great special tests. I struggle with the motocross track, I always struggle with motocross stuff, but that's not my background. But no, I've had a good day, it's been good.
The final day at Hawkstone Park is the original Fast Eddie. A challenging 2.5-hour cross-country hare scramble, and the only race of the weekend offering any points in the WESS Championship.
Main race today, we've got exactly an hour before the start. Bikes are ready, weather's dodgy, but no, we should be good really. Alex is pretty cool, so he'll warm up on his trainer in a bit.
First half hour especially are going to be pretty intense, so just having a warm up, loosen up a little bit, just so that the body's opened up a bit, really ready to go.
The rain started falling now, so it's going to be a tough day. Goggles are going to be crucial, and yeah, just got to keep pushing on.
Despite securing pole position the previous day, a problem on the start line denies Nathan the advantage he was looking for. The issue costs him crucial seconds. But experience pays, and Nathan claws his way to the front of the pack.
I mean, in these cross-country races, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of strategy because we have the fuel stops, because the bike won't be able to compete the full 2.5 hours without refueling. So we need to make sure that timing's perfectly, so you refuel the minimum amount of times. It's only 2.5 hours, but like compared to some other races, it's quite a short race, so it's really intense. So you can't hang about. You need to go flat out from the start, and then just try and keep that pace up until the finish.
On home soil, Nathan delivers, taking the win with an unmatchable pace.
Really, really happy. Felt a lot of pressure coming into today. A lot of my family and friends have came out here to support me, and I felt that weight on my shoulders. So I didn't have a good start because basically I risked starting in gear, and my four-stroke it's a high risk because sometimes they don't go in gear, so lost a bit of time, but then pushed away and made a gap from everybody, and then had a comfortable gap at the end, and managed to take a comfortable win. So really, really happy with today. I'd like to thank my team for the hard work and give me the best bike out there. So yeah, really good weekend.
For Gas UK, it's been a day of mixed results. In the pro class, Alex had a strong start, but an early crash ended his chance of a podium finish, and he has to settle for 6th.
Started really good. Whole shot to the lead. Led through the first, quarter, third of a lap, and then one of the tight lines from the previous race, it was so tight to the tree, caught me off guard. As I sort of leant in, I thought, I ain't going to make this. Off I bounced on the tree. After that, I just maybe tried a bit too hard, a couple too many mistakes. And that was that. It's history. You can't really let these guys go, can you? If I'm honest, I was expecting a little bit more. I was hoping for more. I know I was capable of more. Yeah, that's racing it. My mistake.
In the vets class, John has had a better day, finishing 2nd overall.
Do you know what? I was just going to say I'm getting too old for this, but I actually enjoyed that. Got quite a good start. Stayed out of trouble. Just kept going round and round. Very positive for Gas. Well happy.
Next time on WESS Diaries, Josep Garcia and privateer Sam Winterburn are in Catalonia for BR2 Enduro Solzona.
I think I crashed in every test out there, and yeah, it is what it is.